Alright guys, 2016 is over and it's time to look at the movies that I thought were really surprising. Movies where I was going into the theater thinking, I'm going to hate this movie, it's going to suck, I do not want to see this movie, why am I here? And I come out thinking, wow, who would have thought that was a pretty good movie? Just like my disappointing movies of 2016, I'm going to save the last one for the most surprising movie of 2016. The one that I was not looking forward to this movie at all. And came out thinking, wow, I actually like this film. So there's a lot of movies where I was surprised this year. A lot of films where I was not looking forward to them at all, did not anticipate them at all, and came out to the theaters thinking that was pretty fun. So let's start this list off with Ouija: Origin of Evil. Ouija was released in 2014. Did not like that movie at all. That was a dumb horror film, and so Ouija: Origin of Evil, one, I was wondering why this movie was even made in the first place, and two, I was not looking forward to it because of its predecessor. Its Ouija first movie was not very good. So Ouija: Origin of Evil really surprised me. I was scared. I liked the characters. I liked the storyline. All around, it was a genuinely horrifying film. Next up is 13 Hours. I was not anticipating this movie at all because it was directed by Michael Bay. He just loves to put explosions in your face and just like, here, enjoy this. And 13 Hours has a lot of that. It also has a compelling story of heroics, and I think that the characters, the story, even though it was very long, was nicely done. Angry Birds kind of surprised me. The trailers really annoyed me to the point where I almost did not want to see this movie. But I really enjoyed the end. I thought it was really fun. It was entertaining. Some of the characters, the birds, were pretty funny. I laughed a lot, more than I actually thought I would. Central Intelligence is another one where I laughed a lot. I wasn't really anticipating this movie too much because, like Angry Birds, the trailer kind of annoyed me. It was the same thing. They weren't giving us new trailers. They played like opposite characters than they normally do in their typical movies, so I really appreciate that as well. Next up is Kung Fu Panda 3. I wasn't the biggest fan of Kung Fu Panda and Kung Fu Panda 2 until I saw them most recently, so I wasn't really looking forward to Kung Fu Panda 3 because I thought I would have the same expectations and same thoughts about the third one as I did with the first two, but I came out thinking this was really great. It was my favorite of the trilogy. I thought that they had something new for Poe to learn, which I thought was great, kept the storyline fresh. I loved the villain, I loved the new dad and his old dad and how they kind of interacted and were able to help out Poe. So I thought the storyline was really compelling, I thought the characters were fun. Overall, the film was entertaining. Next up is Nerve. I didn't think too much about Nerve going into it, but I really liked the first half. I thought it was a very interesting story between Emma Roberts and Dave Franco and how they were getting to know each other based on these dares, and then it just turned to a weird film at the end of the movie, the third act. But the first two acts, I was really involved with it. I love the dares that they were doing. I love the relationship. Overall, the film was really fun. Next up is Bridget Jones' Baby. Who would have thought I would have had this movie on this list? The first film was really good. The second film was just a film. I did not care for it at all. So for that, I wasn't really looking forward to the third film in the series. This was the best one. I loved Patrick Dempsey in this film. He was such a heartwarming, likable guy in the story, and I wanted him to be with Bridget Jones at the end of the movie. The film was very funny. I laughed a lot. I was always wondering who she's going to end up with because they had Colin Firth in the film as well. But overall, Bridget Jones' Baby, you know, it was a fun film. I laughed a lot. I liked the characters. The storyline was sweet. I liked the movie. Next up is Moonlight. Now, Moonlight is probably the one film in here that I was anticipating, but very little because I saw like one poster and half of a trailer before I saw it. So I didn't know too much about the movie going into it, but this movie, it blew my mind. This was such a great movie, and I'm going to save some thoughts on that film later on because, spoiler, it's probably going to be on my top 10 list of the year, so I'm not going to talk too much about Moonlight, but it was terrific, amazing, astounding, beautiful. Next up is Everybody Wants Some. I thought this film would have tried too hard to be like Dazed and Confused, trying to be too nostalgic and just very much like that film, and at times it was, but this film was, it was really good. I liked every single person in this movie. It's saying a lot because there was like 20 people in this movie. But everybody had something to offer that was really fun. And once they all got together, the storyline just took back and the direction just took back, and it let the characters just kind of take over and have a lot of fun with it and make it a good movie. So I like the characters a lot. I think this is what made me really enjoy this film, was its characters, and they all had something to offer. They all interacted very well. They had great chemistry. Overall, it was just a fun movie. Next up is Swiss Army Man. Who would have thought that a film about a farting corpse would have been a good film? When I watched this trailer, I thought this is the most ridiculous movie I will ever see. And it is the most ridiculous movie I've ever seen. But it was sweet. It was heartwarming. It had a good tale of friendship and life. And it had those great themes just handled so well. Next up is The Edge of 17, one of the latest movies that were surprising for me because it was like a teen romance rom-com. Wasn't looking forward to it at all, but this movie reminded me a lot of a John Hughes film like Breakfast Club and 16 Candles, for example. But this movie just knew its characters, it knew its story, it knew its direction, and knew what it wanted to be, and it did not steer away from that at all. And the last surprising film of 2016, the one that I was not looking forward to at all, the one the trailer was so bad, I was not anticipating this movie at all, did not know why they made it in the first place, and that is Ghostbusters. I saw this movie on my honeymoon in Hawaii, and both my wife and I were not anticipating it. We came out thinking, wow, I laughed a lot, more than I thought I would ever laugh in a film like this. I was not looking for this movie at all, and I thought everybody did okay. My favorites were Kate McKinnon and Leslie Jones. I don't really care for Leslie Jones, but she was really funny, and Chris Hemsworth was the standout. I did not like the villain too much, but the visuals were really great. There was a lot of comedic moments. They all interacted very well, and I thought the film was just really, really surprising. I actually bought a steelbook version of it. That's saying something. So Ghostbusters was my most surprising film of 2016. So there you guys have it, my most surprising films of 2016. These ones I wasn't looking forward to much, but I came out thinking those were really great. I'm glad I saw those, and I can't wait to do this list next year. Check out my most disappointing list of 2016. Those ones I was looking forward to, but weren't that good. And look forward for my worst and best list of 2016. Just wait patiently, guys. Gotta see a couple more films. So this is Just Watch Movies. Thank you guys for a great year of 2016. I saw a lot of growth in my channel. I saw a lot of dips in my channel as well. But that's all a learning process in what you guys like. If you guys like for me to do any special videos in the new year for 2017, comment down below with some ideas you guys would like to see me do. I want to do some more unboxings, some more out and abouts, just some random things, more lists, more, you know, just me watching movies, different things like that. I want to have a wide variety for you guys on my channel. So this is Just Watches Movies. Thank you for the support of 2016. I'm looking forward to 2017 and what it brings for me and you guys. So this is Just Watch Movies, and you stay classy, YouTube.